Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome back to the realm of inspiration. It's been a minute since I've sat down and done a one-on-one conversation with you guys, a face-to-camera direct channeling that's not a recording of an in-person class. So I'm very excited that the first video in a little bit of a hiatus is an interview with the Earthian, Elfian, Elemental Elder on Inspired Awakening, just about consumption energy. I didn't really know how I was going to go about doing an interview when I am, as the sole person, asking the questions and channeling. How I'm going to do it is I'm just going to ask the question, like, what is consumption energy? Let us know about consumption energy, and let her go from there. Earthian, Elfian, Elemental Elder is very much present right now as I am in nature, surrounded by trees and flowers and plant life and animal life and crystals. Great transition. I have spent a month almost working with my Ascension crystal emerald, raw emerald. It has been a very powerful experience. This crystalline energy has helped me go through massive transformation. I also have done a lot of work with Libyan desert glass. I didn't bring it outside because it is a little bit tiny and I didn't want to lose it, but it is a similar relative to Moldavite and definitely helped me with a lot of transition and the rebirth of the spring energy, what the spring energy brought. So definitely that's what I've been experiencing the past month, but don't you worry, I will be doing a spring season recap before the summer solstice and of course the summer solstice channeling. Very excited for that, as the summer solstice is my awakening anniversary. And I've also been doing a lot of work with orange selenite and Archangel Azrael that is activated in this orange selenite, and my ears are ringing right now in this moment, very much an indication that his presence is near. And orange selenite is very powerful. It is very powerful for clearing of the sacral chakra. So just wanted to highlight those crystalline energies that I've been doing a lot of work with and that will be hanging out with me during this channeling. As well as rose quartz and chrysocolla. Rose quartz, let's start attracting some love in and releasing fear. And then carnelian is always making its presence known, especially this month for me. So we've been doing a lot of clearing and cutting cords and removing things, and I love that it's in the shape of a little dagger. It's super cute. We are going to be doing something a little bit different than a protection before this channeling. I do have to a little break. I like to do a protection with all of you guys and invite you into the space of a little bit of a pre-channeling protection. However, I was guided to do a visualization name burning. I have done a video and I'm gonna link it in the description and show pictures of the video, and I did a video over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, of a name burning, and it has become very popular. It has been a very powerful video that, since I have referred many people to watching when I've done one-on-one readings with them. However, you know, the experience of writing something down, burning it on paper, disposing of the ashes, all of those things, isn't something that's easily accessible for everyone. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, and a visualization name burning where we can go through activating our third eye and still go through the experience of letting it go, although it won't be necessarily as physical as the act of burning a piece of paper with a name on it and blocking somebody from accessing your energy energetically, that energetic blocking. But it will still have that effect of setting you free, and it is something that I personally need to do, and right now don't have the ability to burn a piece of paper just because my lighters are not working very well, and I lost my bowl where I burnt a lot of names in. So that is featured in the video. Don't know where that went. So I'm taking that as a sign from the angels to do this different way of doing it, because I do need to do a name burning. So I am gonna, in a way, do it with all of you guys and that lovely support. So let's get started with that part specifically, and then after that we're just going to transition straight into the interview with the Earthian, Elfian, Elemental Elder. Okay, so find a comfortable position to sit down in. If you could be outside, that would be fabulous. I'm going to adjust myself so that my feet are firmly planted on some sort of ground. So whether that be on a stool, that they're firmly planted on the floor, or in grass, just firmly planting your feet in a way that they can access the earth, because the earth is going to offer us a lot of support in this visualization. Have some crystalline energy with you. That's why I highlighted the ones that I have with me, just as a way to call on the crystalline Elfian elementals of these specific crystals, and also calling on their energy and their group soul energy to be with me during this time. So find some crystalline energy that you feel like can help you and offer you support. Also, color frequency, you can tap into that as well. So I am wearing green, and I'm calling upon the green color frequency, so the cosmic Elfian elementals of green, to help specifically with inner child healing and heart chakra healing. Very specific with the color frequency of green. Green is also really good for abundance, but for deep healing as well. It is very emerald-like, so really tapping into the emeralds. But specifically the name that I will be burning is one that did cause a lot of pain to me emotionally and on an inner child level, and I would like healing on that front as I go about releasing this person from my life energetically and doing that energetic block. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, and I'm going to be doing the same, so just follow the guidance with me, but if you do want to peek at the screen, I will be doing like gesturing and certain little like specific things that will help with the process of doing a blocking with a visualization. So if you're not able to visualize what I'm describing, you can peek at the screen and I will be doing what I will be describing. So let's get started. Let's close your eyes, and we're going to call on Heavenly Father God from above. Heavenly Father God protects and guides us. Angelic Mother Gaia from below, from the ground, anchors us and grounds us. The archangels of the five corners offer us that stability. We have Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, and Archangel Raphael are standing and offering us protection, clarity of mind, healing, and strength. Archangel Metatron is going to come forth right now to help our lightworker ability, and I'm going to call upon the divine lunar frequency as well. I'm going to ask the divine lunar frequency to move from the top of my head to my third eye, and to help activate and open my third eye fully, safely, and protected, of course, with divine light and love, so that I can do a visualization. Now I'm going to be visualizing a circle in front of me. A circle in front of me. It's more of an oval. It expands more into an oval shape. And this oval shape is going to have another layer below it. So there's going to be a sort of 3D oval shape before me. This oval shape is going to be dark and bold and thick lined with a clear center, and same with the oval shape below it. These two circle shapes or oval shapes will be connected by clear divine light and love. Now in between the clear gap between these two oval shapes, I'm going to visualize X's going all around the oval. So we're going to visualize X's, and I'm going to take my hands up and I'm going to be drawing this oval shape on top, going below and drawing this oval shape, and actually going through the action of drawing little X's around the oval. And truly seeing X's connecting the clear space of these two ovals. So it looks like a beautiful, huge oval that right directly in front of me, I see the top of the thick lines, the X's, and the bottom of the thick lines. Now I'm going to move myself up to see the clear space above, where it's blank canvas empty, where I can write whatever I wish in this oval. And in this oval, I'm going to take my finger and I am going to write the name of someone I wish to bid farewell to energetically. Now this person is someone who has either caused me harm, hurt me, someone I'm in need of giving forgiveness to because they caused me a lot of pain. This person is someone who has caused a lot of pain to my heart, who has been draining my energy. Whatever the reason may be and whatever this person has done, there is a reason for wanting to block energetically myself and this person from accessing each other's energy. So I'm going to write this person's name in the oval. And it can be a nickname. It doesn't have to be their full name. It's the name that you know them as, the name that you know them by. You don't have to get so professional and formal with it. Just simply that. But you want to throw in their last name too, in case you know multiple people with that same first name. Then go straight ahead and do that. Put it in the oval. So now visualizing the oval, when you look above it, you see this person's name. When you look below it, you see just blank sheet of paper almost, and you're still seeing the oval shape. The oval shape with the X's, where you see the oval on top, X's, and an oval on the bottom. And on this bottom oval, what you're going to write is, this person no longer has any access to me nor my energy, and I remove them and block them energetically from ever accessing me again. That's a mouthful for certain, but visualize it, and you can do it with your fingers too, just of writing that out on the bottom of the oval. And if you want to make it like short, sweet, and simple, this person no longer has access to my energy. And you can say the added sparkly words, as I call them, the extra words to jazz up the meaning behind what you are trying to set the intention for. So this person, and just write it lower and below and visualize it attaching to the bottom of the bottom oval. So this person no longer can access me on any level, on any plane of existence. So having that action of you air writing the words that you are setting the intention to manifest into being real does still give that feeling of the action of writing it down on a piece of paper and burning the name of someone who has been draining you energetically. So now that you've done that and you've set that intention, I am no longer allowing this person to access my energy. I'm cutting that cord. Visualize 3 specific light frequencies. The violet flame, which is going to be a beautiful violet flame. Next to it is the flame of truth, which is a bright orange flame, almost amber-like. And the light of forgiveness, which is very clearly golden. It's like a clear golden light. These 3 light frequencies coming from the heavens above are going to move through this oval, this circle space, and burn it. And ask on the earthy and elfin elementals of the fire frequency as well to come forth and burn this cord of attachment, this energetic drain, this connection, this relationship with someone who is negatively affecting me. So asking these flames to, if this is a negative connection, burn all negativity from it. Only keep what's positive. Only keep what's positive. So burning all the negativity to be taken and sent to the earth. Take the ashes of this oval to the earth to be reconstituted into light for the highest good of the collective all. Have Mother Gaia send this energy back to Source, so Source decides what to do with this new powerful energy, and ask for Source to send to you your original light. Send to you the light of your soul star origins. Send to that person the light of forgiveness. Send the light of forgiveness to yourself. Ask for the violet flame and the flame of truth to dance around you and keep you protected, you cleared and cleansed, your energy transmuted and cleared. Setting that intention. And look before you and see that that oval has disappeared entirely. The name of that person is gone. And that person's negative influence on your life is gone. Doesn't mean that they're gone from your life necessarily. If they have a positive influence on your life, that will remain. But the negative is gone. And that's the important part. and open your eyes and say, I am free, and ask for the earthy and elfin elementals of the wind to come forth and set you free, free you, cleared and cleansed you, and asking for the sun, the solar frequency, to come to you and recharge you in your new energy. Now, if you're like me and you used your right index finger for that writing, just give a little bit of thanks to your body systems for the work that they did, and thanks to the ability of communicating and the ability of sound frequency and the written word. Just giving thanks to the methods that you used to free yourself from something that no longer served you. If we were doing a video of the paper and burning and the ashes and the lighter and everything, I'd be like, give thanks to all of the tools that you used. The tool was yourself, using your visualizations, giving thanks to your third eye, and your hands going through and drawing and creating that visual, something that you can tangibly feel like, oh, if I can't visualize the oval entirely myself, I can go through the action and know I did it here, and, you know, going through that action. So just giving thanks to yourself for being the tool of setting yourself free is definitely an important thing to do. And to the crystals that were around you, of course, and the support that they gave you, and to the violet flame, the flame of truth, and the light of forgiveness. So we are going to now move into the channeling and a little bit of the interview from the earthy and elfin elemental elder. Thank you all for joining me in the journey of freeing our energy from those who wish to do it harm. And now we're going to open ourselves up to how we can continue to help do good for our energy and help align ourselves, and just everything to do with consumption energy. Okay, we are going to call on the earthy and elfin elemental elder. Earthy and elfin elemental elder, divine feminine frequency, last assistant to Gaia of the earthy and elfin elemental domain of the elfin realm. I ask for you to step forth and answer this question. What is consumption energy? And more specifically, how can we understand it? So when I've safely stepped back, you may step forth. Hello, beautiful souls. It has been a long time coming. Thank you for joining the communicator on the journey of opening up your energy to receiving the messages. So let's set some intention right now. Imagine your guardian angels surrounding you in their wings, putting you in an invincible tube of divine light and love, keeping you safe and protected. With those guardian angels around you now, they're going to put you on the path of opening your mind for messages for your highest good, for the betterment of your ascension, and to inspire you on your journey. So have your guardian angels be with you and to help you understand the messages coming forth to you, how they can best serve you and best help you. So like our communicator said, I am a divine feminine soul. I'm from the Elfian realm and the last earthy and elfian elemental that could be considered to be an assistant to Gaia of our universe. Now, that is specifically because of things that happened during the Atlantean Age, which if you want to learn more about that, there are things to learn more about that out and around. We have our channel text out and videos out about that specifically. But what I would like to speak to you all about is the answer to the communicator's question, which is what is consumption energy and how can you all understand it? So first, what is consumption energy? Consumption energy is something we've talked about a little bit in the past, and something that's been communicated one-on-one directly to lots and lots of people, specifically in the Wisconsin area. So lots of thanks to them all. Consumption energy is how you consume things on a 5-body system level, and specifically it is related to food, but also media consumption, sound consumption, and also energetic consumption, so the people that you surround yourselves with. Consumption energy is truly what you absorb, what consumes you too, and what you consume. What consumes you is in regards to things that may be a little bit more addictive. So how the phone can be a little bit over-consuming, and so that's related to your consumption energy. Consumption energy is something that can be out of alignment. It's something that can be balanced and not. It is an energy like the yin yang, like the harmony. It is an energy like the divine feminine and divine masculine. It is something that is important to balance and understand. So when you have an overactive consumption energy, that means that on a consumption level, there are things that are consuming you rather than you consuming it. There are things that are controlling you. If you have an underactive consumption energy, it's that you are avoiding consuming any sort of energy and anything whatsoever. A balanced is a balanced between what you allow yourself to consume and what you don't. So having that sort of control over what energy is being allowed into your life. So instead of that external energy controlling you, you're controlling what is being in your life. So how do you do that? Let's start with the physical body system. The physical body system is specifically foods, how you consume foods, but it's also products that you put on your body as well that get absorbed into your skin. It is different types of medicine. And so you have control over what you consume on that physical body system level. And that is something that when you allow other people to dictate and control your diet, control your medical needs, and control what you put on your skin as well, you are having an overactive consumption energy that's out of alignment because you are not in control over what is being consumed. If you avoid consuming everything because you are afraid, that's when you have an underactive assumption energy and you're allowing fear to control your decisions. It's when you actively are making decisions that are for the betterment of your well-being, that is when you are in control of your consumption energy. Your consumption energy can be in control of you if you are actively making decisions for your consumption energy based on desire, based on lower frequency things, based on what the ego wants, not what the soul wants. And it's okay to every once in a while indulge in something gray area to treat yourself on a physical level. But when you allow that to control you and you're doing that all the time, that's where it becomes an issue energetically because you are giving control to something outside of yourself. You are making something outside of yourself your God, basically. You are making food your God. You are making the skincare and the makeup that you put on your body your God. You are making things outside of yourself, the things that you consume on a physical level, your God, because you cannot live without them. And they control your day. Caffeine is one big thing that we notice controls a lot of people. If it's something that you cannot live without, you feel like you would die without it, that is overactive consumption energy. And it doesn't just have to be food. It doesn't have to just be alcohol or sugar or caffeine. It's if you feel like you can't live without this one specific skincare product even, that you would die without, if you feel like you would die without something, that is consumption energy to have in check. That is consumption energy to have in check. The leaves rustling and agreement that caused a little bit jolt to our communicator. Making a routine out of something related to consumption that if you do not subscribe to that routine, it ruins everything about you, causes disharmony within. Because what brings you spiritual joy and what brings you happiness, well, it does not even bring you spiritual joy. That's not truly spiritual joy. What brings you joy isn't something that can be found within yourself. It is an illusion of something that is found outside of yourself. So relying too much on those things causes disharmony within. So, a key to spiritual joy, and I'm no joy bringer, but I know this, is to have balanced consumption energy and not allow the things that you consume to just be the sole thing that brings you joy. Because joy comes from within, not with things going on outside. Now, something may bring you happiness, but that true, deep joy is found within. So next is a communication body level, the minor communication body between the emotional and the mental. So, what do you consume through your ears? What music do you listen to? Sound diet. How do you absorb it subconsciously into a mental body system level where it starts controlling how you think, how you behave, What programmings have entered your ears and absorbed into your mind have you consumed that cause disbalance to your belief system and your original nature? There are a lot of things you hear, stories, horror stories, trauma stories, music where it is only vulgar language all the time, and you start mimicking and parroting these things or these emotions or these feelings in the heart, the emotional body, that are not originally yours. Consumption energy is directly related to empathicness because it's what you absorb, truly what you absorb. So if you feel like you don't have control over your mind, that your mind is overthinking and running on a loop, do a sound diet. Stop absorbing drama stories. Stop listening to music of lower frequency. Clean your ears, which will in turn help you be a better communicator of your own authenticity, your own thoughts and your own beliefs, and will help your mind feel more harmony within, because it feels disharmony when it is thinking and running with thoughts that are not originally its own thought. When it's not a thought that is originally yours, but your brain starts running with it as if it is, it causes disharmony within and disbalance between the mind and the heart, and the mind and your throat and your ability to communicate. It's important to do a pulse check into the things that you believe and the ideas that you hold most dear to you, and identify if they're truly yours or they're something you consumed from someone else. And from media consumption specifically. Your eyes related to your mental body, but also your spiritual body too. What you see, what you've witnessed, the media you consume, but also just in general, the things that you have witnessed. If you've witnessed a trauma, work to heal it. Work to heal that experience of witnessing something traumatic. Even in media, you watch a documentary about something bad that happened in someone's life, and you absorb it through your eyes, it enters your mind, it enters your heart, it enters your soul. And it's not necessarily a bad thing to be aware, to be educated about the things that go on in the 3D reality. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But how do you consume it? How does it absorb into you? How do you empathically take on those feelings and emotions? Some of you don't, but some of you do. So it's important to protect your energy and understand what you are consuming and how it is affecting you. And if it's affecting you negatively, find out how to release it and how to reset yourself, realign yourself to your original authenticity that is not causing you to stay up every night, not causing restless nights. On an emotional level, that's your empathicness for consumption energy. What feelings and emotions do you absorb? I just do want to highlight that physical intercourse, you do absorb things, you do consume things energetically from your partner. So it's very important to do, one, to make sure you're choosing your partners wisely. But two, if you've had a breakup with a partner who you did have physical intercourse with, it is important to clear yourself of anything that you absorbed, any feelings, any emotions, any ideas, any thought patterns, any addictions even. Sometimes you may experience an addiction that's not even yours, that you absorbed from somebody else through your sacral chakra. So it's important to do those pulse checks with yourself and check in and see what was going on, what's going on, and how you can free yourself from things that are not yours. So affirming every day that you release anything that you consumed and absorbed that is not originally yours, and you return it to the earth to be reconstituted into light. Earth, send that forgiveness to sender and to send you your original energy. And for the sender of the things that you absorbed, also sending them back what is theirs is important as well. Now, on a spiritual body level, you can consume and absorb spiritual mentalities and practices that are not in alignment with who you are. And so in the awakening journey and in finding out who you are as a spiritual being in the physical, you may take on ideas, beliefs, and practices that do not serve you and think that they should serve you because it worked for somebody else. And so that's your resonation scale, and your resonation scale is related to consumption energy. So what resonates with you? You need to find what resonates with you 100%. Even if it resonates with you 50%, giving it a chance, but if it doesn't work, don't beat yourself up about it. It's not taking on spiritual practices, ideas, ideals, and identities that are not in alignment with who you are. It's very important. Now, on an Akashic body level, you have absorbed and consumed things from the past, from your Akashic, from your past lives that you're taking on in this present lifetime. But also in the past, you had your consumption energy and your consumption balance. So just working on doing some healing on that front and knowing that who you are in this present moment is who you are. And who you were in the past, even if it's not necessarily a past life, but past in this lifetime, who you were in the past does not define who you are in the present. Not really. When you make concrete, decisive action and change in your life, you do not stay in the same identity of who you were in the past. So it's important to do those checks and those interviews with yourself, and to free yourself from the idea that you are who you were in the past, and what you consumed is just a death sentence, because it's not. You have the ability to change your consumption energy. You have the ability to choose higher positive polarity things, to see, to hear, to speak, to feel, to eat. You can make that choice. The choice is yours. So I do want to offer something on how to heal your consumption energy. Have a fresh start. Have a week where you do a detox and a cleanse of everything you consumed, good, bad, whatever it may be. And then, after you detox and cleanse yourself, then do a check-in with what works and what doesn't work. And keep what resonates to you. Because what's positive for you may not be the same for everybody else. What works for you in your journey may not work for everybody else in their journey. For some people, crystals are the way to go. For others, it doesn't resonate with them. And that's okay. Finding what works for you. The last aspect to consumption energy I want to talk about is materialism. Materialism is something that can cause a little bit of disharmony and disbalance within your consumption energy, within yourself and your authenticity, within your empathic ability, and within your spiritual excellence. So, material things are not evil. It is the consumerism, rather, and the capitalism, rather, and the materialism, rather, that does cause issues for your spiritual development, your ascension, and your enlightenment. Material things themselves, for the most part, aren't necessarily negative things. It's how they're used that determines what energy they resonate in. Now, there are some material things that are definitely not of positive origins, but there's a lot of gray area, there's a lot of neutrality in the things that were created. Now, if things were created by someone who was abused and tortured, then that energy of that abuse and torture is in the clothing, in the decorations, in the plates, in everything. So know that where it is sourced from does have an influence in its energy, and what energy it absorbed, what energy it consumed. So cleansing things when you buy them is of the utmost importance, so that you do not carry the energy from its making. Now, it is also important to avoid buying things that were made in negative conditions, but if it is impossible to do that, and impossible to do so for your current financial status, to find things made from the highest ethical and organic sources, because from what I have observed of material things in the human world, the things that are the most ethical cost the most money, which doesn't make much sense to me. If things were made from ethical currency, the world would be a much better place. But unfortunately, the things that are organic and are at most ethically sourced are the most expensive. So sometimes you may not have the financial means to always have those highly ethically sourced things in your life. And that's okay. And that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you, and you don't have to shame yourself for not having those things, not having organic cotton in your disposal for clothing. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just still cleansing the energy and giving things to the source of where your material things came from, and still not allowing materialism to be your god, because material things, even from ethical sources, can still create that effect to people of things, draining the energy and of, becoming someone's god, someone's identity, something that is consuming them 100%, no matter how it is sourced. So it's just a matter of what you do with those things. So cleansing the energy of it is important. Also, the overindulgence in anything causes a disbalance to your consumption energy. So if you're looking to balance that, do not overindulge in material things. But that is all I have to say about that matter at this time, and look forward to more questions about consumption energy in the future. Thank you. I'm coming back to earth a little bit. That was channeling an earthian elemental. Is still coming back to earth. I didn't see as many visuals of things as I would have anticipated that I would have. I just saw a lot of change. And I saw what the consumption energy looks like from a spiritual perspective, when it's balancing and aligning with everything else. We do have a scale of things on our spiritual dashboard, and that scale of consumption energy, what that looks like, the resonance factor kind of looks like this dial, looks like a sundial. The consumption energy looks like a blade of grass changing color over time, and the more that you consume positive things, it turns into a brighter, healthier green. But when you consume negative things, it turns into that dead brown of what dead grass looks like. Consumption energy looks like a grass blade, basically, but it's not growing up like this, it's going in this direction, and it teeters back and forth between the positive and the negative polarity. But the shades of green are an indication of kind of where you're at on your consumption energy, and if there is action that needs to be taken in realigning yourself with your spiritual excellence in regards to consumption energy. I saw more visuals in regards to materialism and how material things, some material things specifically, can offer assistance, like how doll houses and certain toys to some extent for children actually can help with manifestation and visualization. And if you use, for example, you have a dollhouse and you can, not necessarily kids using it, we can use these things as adults, putting things that you visualize for yourself and using each room, and each room can be a representation of a chakra. Each room can be you can use these material things as tools. And I just got the beautiful visual of a little girl making each room of her dollhouse, each chakra, and how she wants to have it each in alignment, and she has a specific doll for each room and what that doll experience is, and just going through that way of understanding and comprehending the world in a smaller scale, as it were, to help understand who you are, how you fit in to your spiritual being as a physical being, how you can be a spiritual being as a physical being, how you comprehend and understand things. So yes, there's a lot of spiritual teachers that do educate in letting go of a lot of material things, minimalism. And I stand by that. Minimalism helps me so much. I do sometimes go to extremes of cleaning things out and realize anything to an extreme is not something that is necessarily good, and so maybe my consumption energy is out of alignment. And I do notice that when I go and I purchase things that I need, I do feel this regret of buying something because I just spent forever clearing out all of these things that no longer served me, and starting to feel this little bit of guilt of well, maybe, going that back and forth. And so trying to heal the relationship with giving and receiving, I feel like I've done a podcast episode about that maybe, on An Hour in Golden Sunshine, so I will look into that, and if I have done that, leave it in the description, and maybe, put like the episode like name and title here, so that way you can go and find it, because I know I've talked about giving and receiving before, and then if I have not, then I will, and be on the lookout for that, and I'll do that before this video comes out. No, I don't know if I will. Don't want to make promises that I can't keep. If I overwork myself, I will take like, a hiatus for like a few weeks so I can recoup. But very much learning how we can use material things as a tool and not treating them as if they are these evil things. It does, yes, and where things come from. I also do think, like, in general, where things come from, if you buy things from like Goodwill or from a thrift shop, it does carry the energy of the person who previously owned it. So there is a lot of things that absorb energy, and even homes and cars absorb different energy. That is important to clear and cleanse so that you don't absorb energy that is not originally yours. So it's a great transition point into my newest course. When I did a little bit of a talking about on YouTube on the community tab, I wrote a message that I'm working on a new course, a new inspired awakening, and a new project. The new project I will not be talking about for a while. Just know there is a project in the works. So also if I disappear for like a month and only do like one video, that is why. And the course itself, I can announce because I have worked on it, and it will be coming out very soon. Hopefully by the end of this month of June, I can have it out and ready and accessible to you all. I am working on a Turning Your Home into a Sacred Space course. I am working on a course that is also going to have some little bonus courses about how to cleanse your car, how to cleanse material things that you buy, how to clear things when you give things away so they don't carry your energy anymore, how to cleanse your home. And so there's a lot, and I don't fully know how I'm breaking it down. Mainly the course is dedicated to home cleansing and turning your home into a sacred spiritual space, and then I'll have some little like bonus things like here's some stuff about your car, and here's something about like material things, and so you can understand energy is very much real. Energy does absorb to things. It absorbs, like, that's why every time I wear this shirt, I think of every memory I've had with this shirt. It does carry energy. I have gotten rid of clothing that I wore with ex-boyfriends because it carried memories, and I didn't know how to clear and cleanse it. When I learned how to, I didn't have to get rid of the sweatshirts that I love because I wore them around someone who broke my heart. I learned how to clear and cleanse them so the energy of them is new and brand new to, facilitate new memories. So I'm very excited for the new course that will be coming out by the end of this month. So if you've not signed up for the email list to be notified about when that course comes out, I will put a link in the description to sign up for the email list, or you can go to the website and sign up, and it will be available, and I'll obviously advertise here on YouTube when that is available. It'll be as affordable as I can make it course. Truly, my goal is to make courses no more than like $10, depending on truly how much content and information is in them. I don't want to make courses too out there and too expensive. The point is for it to reach people, but also so I can have a little bit of funding to do some cool and exciting projects that I am working on, and different travelings and different things, and so much more I can do in regards to channeling when I can go out and travel more. So trust me, I'm not out of ideas yet, not out of things that I am guided to share with all of you. I have a few more inspired awakenings in the works, and I will actually let you know about the things that are kind of or in the works, will be coming out soon as well. I'm going to be doing an inspired awakening with the Elfian Animal Healer Elder about belonging and finding a soul tribe, finding your soul tribe. I'm going to be doing the Transmuters of the Earth video. We've done the Cleansers of the Earth, now the Transmuters of the Earth. I'm going to be doing a video about waterfalls and their spiritual power, the heart of Mother Earth. you'll learn what the heart of Mother Earth is. And obviously the summer solstice video, I'll be doing a video with the violet flame. I want to do a Q&A type of video. I want to do a video about specifically some things in regards to the Fae that will come out closer to my project that I will be doing. So lots of fun and exciting things. I just haven't had the divine timing to do so, but I will in the future. And so working on my consumption energy, I would love to do a like pulse check on consumption energy and kind of hear about your take on consumption energy and how it's affected you in your life. And when this new course comes out, I would also love to hear, like, let me know what type of courses you would want me to create, and to have easily accessible to the collective all. That turning your home into a sacred spiritual space was always something I knew I wanted to create. The home cleansing, and there's a lot of work with the earth elements as well. So on behalf of the earthy and Elfian elementals and the earth elements and the earth, thank you so much for tuning in to learn about consumption energy. When I learned that it was the earth elementals that worked with consumption energy, I was a little bit confused. I thought it would have been the healers, but it does make a lot of sense because a lot of what we consume is on a physical level, so it makes sense that in regards to consumption energy in that scale, also with the scale looking like a blade of grass, that it would be the elements of the earth. That can help us and help us understand, and every element of the earth has an ability to help us clear and cleanse and reset our consumption energy. So thank you for joining me on the journey, and I will see you in the next. It'll probably be, the next video I'll do will probably be an inspired awakening, but it might not. It might just be a regular channeled video, so whatever it ends up being, I will see you all then. And thank you for joining me in this journey. Goodbye for now. And stay tuned for information about the new course.